Hello and good evening. Welcome back to the SeedSystem podcast, where we like to talk about growth and promoting motivation. So today I'm joined by Francis, the owner of the Barber Lounge. If you don't mind introducing yourself, bro, and telling us a few things about yourself.
Well, my name's Francis. Basically, business is run by me and my friend. My friend Shazwa. We've opened up the 8th of October last year, right in the heart of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was quite a difficult start. It's been a difficult journey so far. We've lost a few members of staff back and forth, you know, ups and downs. And we're just starting to get, land on our feet a bit,
Okay, that's good. That's good. So how did it come about, this whole idea of becoming a barber and having your own shop with you and your friend?
Well, basically, it was an opportunity given to me by my friend. His father was going to open up for himself, for Shazwa.
Yeah.
And he said, we were both cutting hair, we worked together in his old shop where he was on City Road.
Okay.
And he said, if you want to give the opportunity, you come in and join us. So then I come in and joined together. That me and my friend Shaz, his father doesn't cut hair, but he helped us out to start up, give us an idea about business and how to run it.
Okay. And obviously ever since it's been going well.
So
tell me more though about the the little complications you had at the beginning in terms of like people leaving, and obviously you started in the pandemic. So that can't have been easy, bro.
Crazy, it's a very difficult time to start a business, as you can imagine.
Of course.
So, we had the premises not last December, the year before.
Right, okay.
So then by the time they signed the lease, the solicitors back and forth, things like that, and it used to be a butcher's shop before we owned this, so everything was completely different.
Refurbished.
Old, tattered, battered, tiles on the walls had to be taken off, everything.
Yeah.
So we restarted from scratch. So by the time we got started, it was a while, and then the pandemic hit then in the January, February, March of this new year, after December, and we couldn't get a workman in. So basically it was just all to a halt, everything stopped and everything. It's worry, panic, grief, especially if they put a lot of money into the funding this, So it's like, we waited and finally they let people to come back to work if nobody else was here, and limited people back and forth. And also things, so it was quite a difficult start. My friend Shazwa, he had a bit of a problem himself with family. He had to go back to Iraq, his home country, so he hadn't even seen the shop yet.
Oh, what?
He hasn't even been here, so that was another thing to start, again.
My goodness.
I know. So he hasn't even been here yet. He'll be back hopefully soon. But apart from that, so that was another big, massive step, for us. Maybe two of us to start. And I was on my own, but we only realised that late. Yeah. And then we just had to just roll with the punches, see how it goes. We had a young boy start with us, 17 years old, which we taught him as quick as we could. We got him cutting hair, but he decided barbering wasn't for him. Yeah. So now he's with his father doing something else. We wish him all the best, but that was another kick in the teeth for us.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm working 6 days a week, some weeks even 7. And
do you have any work staff now?
We've got one boy with us. He works part time. I'm looking for somebody else to work full time, but it's hard finding someone who wants to work. Of course, at the moment. Yeah. After the lockdown, I think people have just made their minds up. People are on the furlough still, and things like that.
Everyone's content right now, right? No one really wants to go out there and graft.
No one really wants to graft no more. I think complacency is a killer. It is. It is from a lot of people. People are quite happy to sit at home and earn that money now. But then when the furlough ends, I think they've extended it. Yeah. So the next couple of months, I think they'll keep extending it as well for some reason. Because I feel like what's this thing? There's something called universal credit, and Mark Drakeford wants to roll it out in Cardiff. Giving people basically free money. State income, yes. Yeah.
I feel that's going to make a lot of people lazy. Again, like you said, complacent. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to kill a lot of hopes and dreams, man. Because it's like, all right, I'm getting all this free money. I don't really need to do anything. People
are too comfortable living off the state rather than earning their own money,
And that's
Then you don't own nothing yourself. Then if you don't work like that and you don't have a nice car, you can't look after your kids.
Exactly.
They're not paying you a fortune. You're living off minimal. Why don't people? Yeah, you need a kickstart. I think people need a bit of a kick. A bit of a kick up in the backside, to put it that way, to get going again. Because otherwise, the economy's in a hell of a state. Of course. Worst it's ever been. So I think when unemployment now, when the furlough ends, I think a lot of companies are going to go bust. People can't afford to keep as many staff, so people have been losing jobs. Yeah. And also unemployment is going to rise massively.
Oh yeah,
so it's going to be a difficult couple of years. I don't think people realise it yet. You know?
Nah, and you're right there. People don't realise it just yet. They're just seeing what they're seeing for every day. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Money,
yeah, that's it. They're not seeing the future, how it's actually going to impact them when it comes. Do you know what I mean? And they're the things I think people should be thinking about. But like, obviously, so you said it impacted you like that. You know, your friend went back to Iraq, and you've been manning this place quite alone, basically.
For a while, yes. We've had staff come and go.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people. No one's going to work as hard as you are, or because people can always go and find the next place. Next place. When somebody made a sacrifice for you, which his father did for us.
Yeah.
You want to honour that more than when you go home, you're stressed out constant, but like it's worth it. Don't get me wrong.
You know exactly.
It has its benefits.
Yeah.
But when it's not about you and it's about whatever people have put forward for you and made the risks they have for you, then it's easy to get up. You've got to drive.
You respect that as well, isn't it? Yeah, of course.
I've never been so motivated, I don't think, to work my whole life. When I worked for other people, I will admit I was still motivated, but not as motivated.
Yeah.
But if I don't get up, who will now? So then it's all on you.
Accountability and responsibility. That's what you got to take.
It's massive.
Yeah, that's very true.
You can't let other people down.
That's very true. What were you like growing up then? Because obviously you said you started barbering at what, 16?
16. Craig Bellamy's ex-wife, Claire, had a place on Cathedral Road.
Yeah.
It was male, female, unisex basically. They had Botox. They had a lot going on in there. Makeup artist. It was like a big. To start off, it was a good place to learn. So I learned a bit of men's, a bit of women's, and it was a good environment to start. And I finished my level 1 there, and then I went into Lazarus down on Churchill Way.
Oh yeah.
In across the road from the design shop Flannels. By the bus stop, and that was interesting. There's
was
a lot.
It good?
Big building. They're hard workers. They're very motivated. Family run, family orientated.
Of course.
Good family though. They're good people to work for.
What else did you do after that?
So then I did my level 2 then. I went to work somewhere in Penarth for my friend Lewis Walsh. He opened up 2 barber shops, Gents of Brooklyn. Yeah. He's a very good guy. Very good guy. He's very. I think he does well in business because he's just so good with the staff he employs, and it goes a long way with people.
Of course.
And I think that's why he's so successful, and he's always moving on to better things. Like he's opening up now. I spoke to him the other day. Like a recruitment thing for barbers, so that's what I'm speaking to him for. So that's going to be in Cardiff soon.
That's pretty cool. So what? He's going to be recruiting barbers for other barber shops,
and then he sends them to other barber shops. So I said, "Cut me out. I need someone."
That's a big gap in the market. Whoa. Okay.
So he's not stupid, man.
No, he's a pretty smart lad from what I'm hearing. No, that's pretty cool though. So obviously I've seen as well on the social media, you've done a few community projects. Do you want to tell me more about them, bro?
Basically, last year I was cutting a guy's hair. He worked in a care home over in Ely. Yeah. And he said just about children over there. He didn't know I was going to say at the time, but he said he worked there and they wasn't going to have much this year. Yeah. They
due to the pandemic, of course, is it?
Pandemic, staff-wise. Yeah. Cuts with the government and obviously the bad. So I don't know why, we just give it a go. Yeah, of course. I thought, we run 10k, I wasn't the fittest at the time, I was just working, I wasn't really in the gym and stuff, but I thought, we'd give it a shot. So I got my nephew right here, my cousin's son. Yeah. I got a bucket and I said, we're just going to do a video and we're just going to see how it goes. And yeah, man, we had so much support from that, we had people from all over Cardiff coming to drop money, over, all sorts. We raised just almost like, just over £2,000. I can't remember correctly, but they ended up having Christmas presents and going to Legoland for the day. And we had a photo. They were happy, man. And I could see that guy. He popped his head in after. He got almost emotional. He said, "Fair play for you telling me." He said they said they never forget it,
No, that's you can't forget.
It inspires you,
Of course. How did you feel?
I felt, you can't describe it, It's different sort of feeling to anything I've ever felt, man.
That's pretty cool.
But it was good, man. I also then we did a football tournament 4 weeks ago. for the Children's Cancer Ward on the Heath Hospital. I was.
Okay.
We raised £700, but it was tipping down with rain. I thought it was going to be sunny, you know, middle of the summer.
Yeah,
we
of course.
It out.
This is Cardiff, bro.
Cardiff, there we go, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't have the weather on our side. We raised £700. It was still a good day, you know.
Yeah.
I took the money down to him last Friday, and she said, "No, thank you very much. You know, we appreciate it." And it's just it's indescribable, you know. It's different, man.
Awesome.
You know.
That is awesome. I think in business, you know, most businesses do forget to, you know, bring back to the community that they're surrounded in.
That's
you know
what
I mean?
we have, like, it's we're here, Fairwater.
Yeah.
I've grown up here my whole life, so I knew a lot of people here before we opened up.
Yeah.
So people was always going to give us support anyway. So we sort of this opportunity here where we are, it fell into our hands really. It was like a gift almost, and it's just always, we just knew from the start, if we open, they look after us. So then we always think, the more you give, the more you get.
That's it.
That's a true fact of life.
It's a law of physics, really, isn't it? Like, you know, you give out whatever you want to get
back.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's pretty sick. I mean, bro, I love the interior of this place as well. Like, whose ideas was this?
My friend's mother, Shazad. Yeah, his mother. She's very she's
good with it.
Yeah.
She's really smashed it.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I can, bro.
And they're Muslim family, you know. They've got their own you know, ornaments and everything.
It's amazing.
But she took it into her own hands. And builders give a bit back as well, I think.
Yeah.
And it just went from there, you know. And when I stepped in there, I saw drawings and stuff, and I thought, I had a rough idea.
Yeah.
And then I came down here when they were doing a bit of work for the lockdown, and went for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I'd leave it let them finish it, and when I come down, and I opened the door and I thought, wow, like, you know, I didn't think it would be this good, like, you know.
Bro, I mean, like, waking up every morning must just be feeling mad for you, because it's like...
It did. It goes, you know, do something you enjoy, because I always enjoy coming here. I always like talking, you know, to meet different people, different walks of life, everyone, all ages. You learn so much stuff from other people you won't even realise, you know.
No, that's true.
So then but like you said, when I used to work other places, I was still happy, but then when I come here, my own area, you know, your own people you know, and you get up, it's effortless, like, you know. And I'll always take tell anyone, whatever you do, something you enjoy, because otherwise you'll never be happy, like, you know.
That's very true, man. You speak a lot of facts, Francis. I can't lie to you, bro. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I'm gonna ask you as well. Obviously, you know, you said you faced a few challenges at the beginning. You know, opening the store and everything. Do you face challenges around these days now?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know. Do you have any problems with the store? Do you have any problems with people? Do you have, you know, like, any setbacks? Does anything come out to you where it's like a problem?
Yes, you do have some setbacks. Staff is major.
Staff is the major one, yeah.
We have so many customers at the moment.
Yeah.
I work Monday to Saturday. I only have a Sunday off, and even sometimes I've let customers are coming and say, you know, I come to you all the time.
Yeah.
I come to you every week, I won't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
You sort of feel guilty. So then even sometimes I'm saying, come on a Sunday.
On your day
and
off.
I'll do it a Sunday as well. And then 7 days. But then it gets to the point, no matter how motivated you are, you can't keep doing it. You've got a lot of time away. You lose the love for it. You lose that aspect of it, that side of it. And then it's like, you get a bit drained, you know, and it's not, you just feel a bit like, and I think to myself, if you don't have a break now, then you're just going to mess it up a little bit, you know.
I hear what you're saying, because you can get aggy.
You can get a bit aggy with people, customers.
Yeah.
It comes to the point, like, the one time they come in, I wanted to go on Sunday about 4 o'clock, and I'm thinking I must have just have this Sunday evening off.
Yeah.
And I had a restaurant book with my friends, and then I had to miss it because Sunday came and I couldn't tell them. But then I was just thinking, like, you know, I shouldn't feel like this. I've got to have a day. You've got to just rest.
Yeah, of course.
Balance is a major key. Sometimes you lose the aspect of it. You've got to have balance in anything in life.
That's very true. That's very true. What were you doing before? I mean, obviously you said you were working in the other barbers. Do you have any other, like, hobbies or other things that you do?
I played football for years, from about the age of 7 to about 16. But then as soon as I work, a Saturday's our busiest day. I had to give that up. Rugby, you know, I go to the gym. I try to keep fit when I can. I can't so much now with the
business,
with the shop and everything.
Yeah.
But I still try to keep fit. I go running and stuff. Go to the gym when I can. In the early mornings, it's easier in the summer. I find with the warmer weather, you will sort of get up a bit earlier. You know, when it's winter time, you get up 6 a.m. to go to the gym, and you're like, you know what it's like.
Bit groggy, you know. I hear that.
An hour in bed, don't you?
Trust me.
That
hour in bed is so good sometimes. You get me? I just rather do it rather than go gym. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you as well, what does the seed system mean to you when I say that?
Well, I just thought when you giving me the opportunity to come on here. I'll have a look a bit about what it was. So I had a look on it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just motivational, just giving people like just an insight to your life, and just giving people just a bit of motivation just to get up and just do what you want. Do you know, do what you think in life, what you would be happy doing, and just give you the motivation to go and do it. Because I haven't had everything handed to me on a plate. I've had to work for it.
Of course.
Nothing comes easy. Nothing ever comes easy.
No, of course
you can't cheat. You know that you can't cheat the grind, they say. And the more you put in, the more you get out. I've only just realised that. I always worked, but I never thought I'd be this early in the position I was. I
and this is
maybe
impressive
in a few
as well.
years,
It's pretty young.
So I just turned 23 2 weeks ago. I thought I'd have been in this position. Say if I look back 3-4 years ago when I just started, and I thought somebody said to me in the college where I first started, they said, "Where do you see yourself 5 years time?" I wouldn't have said in my local area in the shop like this. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But it's a very big blessing for me. You know, it's a good start. You know.
It is. Okay. Now you said that question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years from now, well.
More shops?
I don't know. I don't know, you know. It's a very good question, that is. I don't know whether I'd open another barber shop or put money into something else.
Okay.
If I get the opportunity
to. Well, if you were to do that, what would you put your money into?
Bricks and mortar, houses.
Okay, so you go straight into the housing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with housing, really, can you?
I think with the recession now, it's going to be coming now, you know.
Yeah.
We just paid off the debt for World War II in 2006, okay? So, and that was £21 billion. Well, now this all the grants they've given out and furlough money and stuff, they're not going to get back within £29 trillion debt. So that's going to be not my kids, not your kids, not 3 generations. We're going to be paying this off for a long, long time. They reckon unemployment's going to go up like what, 3 million in the UK.
Yeah.
Instead of like 50,000-60,000 people just in Cardiff going for the same job application as you in like Tesco or something, there's going to be like over 1 million. So I think if opening another shop, people won't be spending the money that they was before. Yeah. People always need a house to live in, you know?
That's true. And I guess when the recession does hit, the prices are going to go low.
Well,
we hope anyway.
That's why when we opened, I've worked in other places, I used to charge a lot more than we do here.
Yeah.
So like, we thought, when we opened up, when we thought it's difficult times, we thought we'd lower our prices, and we have been happy. People do say to us when they come in, fair play. Yeah. I can't fault you.
I can't fault you. I seen the price list and I thought to myself, yo, it's
cheapest I've ever charged. It's the cheapest I've ever charged anywhere I've ever worked. To be fair.
What were you charging before in the other places?
£18.50 to £20 every haircut. Yeah.
For like a fade.
No fade, anything. Yes.
My God, fair play.
So a big difference, you know.
Yeah. But I think it's pretty impressive that you know, again, you thought of the community, you thought of where you actually are, and the pandemic as well. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to put every aspect into it, especially when you're opening up, because first impressions in anything count.
Exactly.
So even if you just walk in and you think, wow, wicked interior, lovely, but if you're rude to the customer, they're not going to come back. No. If you don't make an effort, they're not going to come back. So
that's it. Exactly.
It's hard. You're always playing catch up. You've always got competition. Yeah. You always got a lot going on.
Do you have any competition around here?
We have a barber shop just down the road. Yeah. Sage's barber shop. I know the boy Tom. Yeah. And my mum and father, my parents and his parents are friends. Yeah. So he's doing okay. He got his brother in there. So like we got enough customer around the whole area to I think
supply for both of the shops. Yeah.
And they're just building, I think, 100 houses just at the roads now, a new estate rather. So like people will be passing through. People pass through anyway from surrounding areas, St Fallon's, Peterson, Danescourt. Yeah. And we have a lot of people. I speak to people, Penturk, Gwaelod, Garth, and they say they cross through, they pull up. Yeah, they say we like it, you know, it's local. And they pop in. So like we're not doing too bad.
That is pretty awesome. What would you tell your younger self, bro?
What would I tell my younger self?
Yeah. If you were to go back now, let's say 7 years, what would you say?
Behave yourself. No, honestly, I would.
Really? Yeah. Would you get into a lot of trouble?
No, I was just you know, you just when you're younger, you think you know it all before you do, don't you? You know?
That's true. But I think that's the part of growing up, though, isn't it?
It is.
Do you get me? Like you need that to realise
that a few times to realise
exactly
where you're going to be. But yeah, you are right. It's a good question. I would say to myself, you know, I always knew I was going to work. My mother and father, even from a young age, they always said, as soon as you leave school, I thought, when I left school, first summer holidays, I said, well, I can't wait to, go out. My dad said, you left school now, you've got to get a job. And then I thought,
sort yourself out in a sense.
Get yourself out. So then you just, And I think the younger generation, they don't have that now, you know. They're not working like you were told to us, you leave school. And I think it's affecting everyone, you know.
Yeah, I think for the younger generation, going back on that, I think that because of all the things that are online now, so let's say there's YouTube, you know, most of them are becoming YouTubers. There's easy ways to invest, like online, and it's like we see them and we think that they're not doing something, but I'm pretty sure the majority of them are probably on there, I don't know, silently investing or silently just growing their YouTube channel, playing video games and stuff, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas we came up from the background of our parents saying, right, listen, you need to get up, you need to go and get a job, you need to go work, do you know what I mean? Whether it be you do your GCSEs and you go to university and you get a job, or you finish at 16, you find a trade, and you're still working. Do you know what I'm saying? But like you said, the kids of these days, they don't think like that. No. They just think, right, listen, I'm done. I can't be bothered doing this. I'm gonna go home, play COD. And you know, if they invest, they invest. But I feel like it's a bit sad, you know, the fact that most children these days are acting like that. Like my little brother said to me the other day, he's turning 14 next year in January, and he said the pandemic for him started in year 7, and he's going into year 9 this year. And I was like, what? So you've missed out all of that school year? Like, what's there to do for him? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what's he going to do now? Obviously, he's a smart kid and he knows his education, but at the same time, it's like, I think if I missed all of that school, I wouldn't want to go back. No. I wouldn't want to go back.
It's the same as I think they called them the forgotten year group, where they left for the pandemic and they give them more predicted grades, so they didn't even have a chance to sit their own GCSEs. So then you think to yourself, they're going to leave school now, college, you probably haven't got the best grades, some of them, you know, and it's weird, there's more people now who've lost their jobs, older than them, early 20s, maybe, you know, late teens, going back to college to get that, and they'd be on the same course as a 16-year-old kid just leaving school. They've got 2-3 years experience. And I know when I was first leaving school, I had applied for a few jobs before I went to Barber, just for things to get me through the summer, and all they wanted is experience. So if you're 16 years old with no experience, it's no tough. GCSEs, it's tough. It's tough, you know?
I can imagine, man. So you know, I was just going to go back to the fact you said, obviously, you started at 16. Did you always want to do barbering, or did you ever have any thoughts of uni?
I always thought, I had to think about it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought I like it. I like talking to people. You know, personal person. Yeah. And I just thought, you know, it got to be interesting. You're giving people nice haircuts.
Of course. Did uni ever cross your mind or anything?
I did have the GCSEs.
No?
No, if I'm honest with you. I did muck around in school. You know, I did. You do. You know, I did. You know.
It is, and this is what I like about having this conversation, because it's like, it can go back to the children then who are watching, and you know, it's not good obviously to muck around. You know, you have to work hard. I learned that now. You learn the hard way, you know. Yeah, you learn the hard way, but at the same time, you turned it around. Because now look where you are. You know, you can go back to someone like people used to say back in school, you ain't gonna get nowhere with no GCSEs. I mean, if you were to go back to your teachers now and say, right, listen, I'd like to have a talk with the children, and you know, you just give them that talk of how you were, I'm pretty sure that would motivate them, first of all, to work harder in school and be like, okay, I may not get the best GCSEs, but I may as well get it done, because then after I've got it done, I can go and do what I want to do and pursue my dreams, and which is like what you've done basically. Do you know what I mean? I think you knew what you wanted from a young age, right? I always knew I was going to have to work, you know? I was going to have to find something and work hard at it to get anywhere. Yeah. Get anywhere at all, of course. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think if you told me at 16, if you come to the school and I was in the school and said, listen, you just got that typical attitude, and you think, oh, you know, I don't think. It only really hits home, I think, when you get to almost 18, 19 and you think, well, hang on, I should have done this. In hindsight, right? And some people are more clever than are switched on than others. Of course. A few of my friends are doing very well, you know, in uni and stuff. A few of my friends went to university, dropped out, and they're still doing other things, but they're still doing well. So, like, I think maybe college, no, it's not always the answer, university, because it's not. I know a few people who've got degrees, and they're just working in Tesco, you know? Yeah, so of course, And they're in debt. £40,000 worth of debt. And it's paying that debt back. I know it's only, you know, when you want to earn a certain amount and all this, but it's always hanging over you, you know? Of course, you're always going to have that debt. I mean, I always say this, I went to uni myself, but then I think about it, it's like, I didn't have to actually go to university. to do what I wanted to do and to do the things that I'm doing at the present moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could have just YouTubed it like I did when I came out of uni. But I guess it's good to have, you know, the university degree there. It's great, but I have never used it. You know, I've never taken it anywhere to ask for a job. I've never done that. So it's like, it's good, but now I'm in debt, which I'm paying off. But at the same time, I can afford to pay it off because I started my own things and I knew what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But I guess, obviously, the people, no disrespect to them, working in Tesco's or whatever with their degrees, you know, they're probably thinking of other things and I don't know.
Yeah. No,
do you know what I'm saying?
I think a trade is very underestimated, you know, just a normal, just an apprenticeship,
Oh,
electrician,
it is.
Plumbing, plastering,
mechanics.
You know, I know coming from a council estate, most of them, my friends, builders, all gone into that line of work. But their parents, or with some of their parents knew, or a family friend, and I see them now, and they're not doing too bad for themselves. They're on some good money.
Course,
you know,
of course.
Electricians, they're on 100 or 175 pound a day, and it's a good money. You know, plumbing. My grandfather was a plumber.
Yeah.
He's done a lot. He passed away, but he's done a lot for himself. You know, they have good, you know, good pension pot and everything. But my friend's a plasterer. He earns very good money, very good money. He's self-employed. He got a boy. He's training one of the other boys to go with him now.
Yeah.
And you know that he's paying him a good wage. How much is he earning? He must be on good money.
Setting up the business.
You know what I mean?
Going.
And he's helping someone out. So a trade's very underestimated. I think. I think a lot of people should really get into an apprenticeship scheme.
I agree because what happened? I was in school back in the day, and obviously I chose to do mechanics. I wanted to do mechanics. Yeah. Obviously, I was with the people in the class who were doing mechanics, and I thought to myself, I can't bear to be with these guys. They're naughty, you get me? They were the naughty kids. Don't get it wrong, I weren't the naughty kid, but I was always with the naughty kids. But I just sort of got away from it, like, do you know what I'm saying? When it's trouble, when I know it's getting a bit too far, I'd walk away. Yeah. Then they'll be like, how come you didn't get in trouble? Bro, I walked away. I walked away earlier than you did, do you know what I mean? But obviously, some of them are mechanics now, bro, and wow. It was like after 3 years after leaving school, I was like, oh, so this is what you're doing now. And it's like, okay, this is pretty impressive. And it's like, if I had stuck with mechanics, I'd know how to fix my own car. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have to take it to any shops for them to fix it for me. I wouldn't have to take it to the mechanics or whatever for them to change my brakes. I could do that all myself. But the thing is, I thought to myself, I don't want to be surrounded by these geezers right now at a young age. And I thought, nah. And instead I did triple science. And where's that got me? Do you know what I mean? Triple science, like, terrible. But yeah, I agree with your advice there. I think, not pension scheme, apprenticeship schemes are something which are pretty cool. And all the kids should go for it more, because it's like government funded as well, isn't it?
Government funded. The wages are the best to start with. I started cutting barbering, £50 a week, 5 days work.
But how old are you? 16?
16,
yeah.
You know, but of course at the time, it's not, you know, it's not the best, but you haven't got no outgoings. You're living at home, well, a majority, I can speak for the majority there. You know, you're living at home, your parents, they're going to feed you, clothe you, you know, you just left school. As long as you're working, they know you're working towards something. Yeah. Then you work, you know, it's getting closer and closer, you know.
And patience, isn't it?
Patience, nothing comes overnight, does it, you know?
That's it. Nah, that's very true, man. Like, where can people find you as well if they wanted to find this business? Like on the social medias?
Facebook, Instagram. I've been told to make a TikTok account by a young kid. He said TikTok's the way forward, you know. I haven't looked on there yet myself.
I think you should.
But they told me that's the future, yeah.
I think as a barber, you should definitely make a TikTok.
For the videos,
I've seen a lot of videos go viral. Yeah. And I'm like, what? How is that going viral? But they go viral. You know, I had a podcast the other day. It came out today, actually, with Ashley. And she was saying, like, one of her videos had, like, 80,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, how? Like, but she said that she didn't put no effort, no nothing. It was just a video that she made up there, and then it got 80,000 views, and it came on like something called a For You page or something. So I think if you started TikTok, it'd blow. As a barber, it'd blow, especially in this space, bro. You got the right lighting for it and everything. Do you know what I mean? This is a nice space. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty dope.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah. Have you got Facebook or anything that people can find on?
We've got Instagram. Barber Lounge. Easy to find. You'll be able to find us. Yeah, we post quite regularly on there. I try to keep on top of it. Yeah. But when you're on your own, it is difficult, you know, because you...
Do you do the socials on your own as well?
I do the socials on my own, so it is difficult. It is hard. Sometimes you'll have a few messages and you try to flick through them, and then you have photos, videos, and somebody's waiting for it. You know what I mean? It gets a bit on top of it too sometimes. But then when I go home, I'll take a few videos, and when I go home, then I think, oh yeah, this one, put it up,
stick it on that
post.
Yeah.
See how it goes. But we do get a lot of support. Word of mouth's a massive thing. in this game. I think every game, to be honest with you. People's pop there, they say, oh, you know, my brother, my uncle, my nephew, they pop there, and even my mother come past, and it's a nice shop, I pop in, you know, all ages. So, and word travels quick, you know, the schools, we've got a few schools around, we have the school kids in here and all stuff.
Oh, so they all come in as well?
They all come in as well, yeah.
That's bro, it's actually impressive what you've done, like, in a whole year, do you know what I mean? It's like, wow, especially starting from the pandemic, the way it was actually set up as well, and then you running it alone. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. When is your friend coming back? Do you know?
We don't know yet.
No?
No. Well, hopefully not long.
Yeah. Nah, that's pretty impressive, man. So you're just going to keep on grafting now?
Keep on grafting, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's the stat. We're doing well. We could be better. We've got 5 chairs. We want to fill a majority of them, you know? Obviously, with COVID, we had to keep it to a minimum. We had three chairs occupied. But then things happen, you know. And of course, it's nothing's a straightforward path, is it? So
no, it isn't.
You have setback after setback. You just got to keep going. Sometimes you think, yes, we're getting somewhere, and you go from 50% back to 30, back to 10.
That's how it happens. That's how it happens, isn't it?
You know, it's not easy.
It's like, I think, who was it? Jordan Peterson, in one of his books, he talks about chaos and then order. So usually, there's just a lot of chaos happening. Do you know what I mean? And then there's order. But you're always going to get chaos and order. It's like yin and yang. Do you know what I mean? There's no good without bad, and there's no bad without good. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, for you now, you know, not having as many staff, I think it's just look at it as a positive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then before you know it, the staff will be flying in, like, applying. You're like, okay, I can't take everyone on. Do you know what I'm saying? And then now will obviously be the chaos, because it's like, oh, wait a minute, there's too many people that have applied. Do you feel me?
That's it. You've got to stay, keep a positive mindset. We're putting everything out there. You know, someone told me to go. I've been on Indeed. Someone told me jobs.com. I think it is. Earlier on, I'm gonna have a look on there later.
Yeah.
I'll put up a post. We put on social medias all the time. And yeah, but I think with the lockdown as well, people were cutting hair from home. I know they shouldn't be, but they were. Of
course.
And I think people are building a little bit of a clientele. They were charging a little bit extra.
Of course they were.
I think they sort of, you know, they think I can do this from home.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's always the same thing. It's all cash in hand for them. So then you can't go and buy it. You can't do anything with the money.
I hear that. Yeah, of course.
So I think maybe now in the future, when people start coming back to the shops now, and then they're not doing it from home.
Yeah.
Hopefully, people will start putting money back into the industry, in the shops. And, you know, in every industry, hopefully, you know.
I think it's a growing industry.
It is a growing industry.
Very growing.
From when I started, from when, you know, people tell me when they were younger, it's completely different to how it is now.
Yeah.
People coming in weekly to every 4 or 5 days, you know, rather than years ago they'd be like 2 months or
2 months or so.
3 months.
2 months. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm holding it down.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing for myself. I'm always like, okay, cool. If I lose this much weight, then I'll get a trim. Do you know what I mean? If I don't hit the target, I'm not getting a trim. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why this trim's still here like this, and I think I'm probably going to hit the target, I don't know, around September, but who knows? Yeah. But if I do, I'm going to come here, get my first trim and see how it goes. Make this the local, do you know what I'm saying? No, but I think this has been a great chat, man. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to speak about, bro? Anything on your mind with the world which is going on right now?
COVID, we could talk about.
COVID,
because that's had a massive impact on myself, other people I know, businesses, this shop here, the economy, lives.
Of course.
And a lot of, you know, it's been a lot thing. And I'm not against it, but I think it's not going away, you know.
It's not going nowhere.
We've had our lockdowns. We've worked. You know, we helped. First of all, was to protect the elderly. Yeah. But then it's protect the NHS. And I just think, like, you know, and I think now they said they've estimated 60,000 people will die this year of the flu, never mind COVID. So it's like, but I think October time, I think they're talking about another lockdown. Yeah. I think they're going to let everyone have their freedom over the summer, and we'll be back in lockdown. And I'm not against...
That's crazy.
I'm not against the lockdowns. I see, but I just don't think... I think we need a new... You know, we need to change. You know, it's hard. It's difficult to understand. You know, because obviously you don't see every side of it, but I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You know, we need to just keep the economy ticking over.
Yeah,
man, because we're on it's really in a lot of trouble. The country's crippled at the moment.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, what's his name? Boris Johnson. You know, he said he opened up England, and then I'm pretty sure like 2 nights later or something, he's saying that people are going to need a COVID passport to get into nightclubs and you know, go on holidays and whatever. What do you think of that? A COVID passport. Hear this though, it was a conspiracy last year.
Yeah.
This COVID passport was a conspiracy last year, and now it's coming to light.
It's because I think he said from 18 to 30,
yeah,
the youngsters, nobody's really put themselves forward to have the vaccine.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's just a way of just getting you to do it. If you can't go on holiday,
scare
you can't
tactic kind of thing.
It's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And you sometimes got to blame the media as well for the scaremongering, you know,
of
the
course,
fear,
of
you
course,
know.
Of course.
I try not to watch the BBC as much, you know, because if you did, you wouldn't leave the house. You'd be so scared, you know.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear that.
That's all it is just selling panic.
Yeah.
Never sell the fear, you know, sell the panic, sell the pill. And I think it's just it's a bit of a touchy subject. As people have lost lives. I'm not saying there's not a virus out there.
Of course.
But I think even I speak to we have elderly people in here. I walk past the shop. An elderly woman said to me the other day, "We just got to get on with it now." Unfortunately,
one of those.
It's one of them things. You know, people are dying of a lot more and a lot different. You know.
It's a different world now that we live
world.
in. Do you know what I mean? I kind of got to adapt and everything else.
We've got to adapt.
But
it's all the track and trace like with us, and it costs money. Like we got to buy the shields, you got to buy the gowns, you got to buy the hand sanitizers. You the track trace is obviously thing, but and you're spraying it all down, and then you're paying the you pipe it, and it's a lot more money. It's a lot more money going out than you're getting in. And people aren't spending as much because people are losing livelihoods, people are losing businesses. You know, it's been a lot of hardship for a lot of people.
Have you got any predictions for the COVID pandemic? Because then we'll watch this video back and see, he was right. Maybe he was right.
I would probably say another lockdown or September, October time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long for. But I wouldn't say too long. And then I would say they'll really open it back up, but I think it's not over yet. It won't be over this year.
Nah.
It won't be over next year.
Yeah.
The vaccine's on trial till 2023, so I think 2023 it'll still be here.
I find that crazy as well that it's on trial. Like,
I think,
do you know what I mean?
And it should be against human rights, but they're saying it's basically I think being forced
to have it. Yeah, of course.
It's basically putting things in your way to have it.
Yeah.
And I think it shouldn't, because they don't know the effect it got on your body, and then nobody got the right to tell you what you should be putting in your body.
Exactly. No, that's true.
And it's just and it's just a fear, and they're just scaring people just into having this thing that they don't even know the effects of yet.
That's
true.
It's
on. It says in the thing that it's on trial.
Yeah.
So what happens if it goes wrong and they say, "Oh, it's gone wrong," but half the population has had it. It's just no good.
It's crazy when you say it like that, bro. Because it's like, I was speaking to my old man the other day, and I said about the vaccine, and I said it takes about 5 years usually or something to make a vaccine. Do you know what I'm saying? How have they just come up with this COVID one? He put a good point out and said, right,
because the whole world and
the whole world's involved. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's fair enough, but I still don't trust it. Do you know what I mean? Just in case, I still don't trust it. I'm not gonna get scaremongered because of going clubbing or whatever. It's not that deep. We haven't been clubbing in 2 years now. Do you know what I mean?
We'll probably be in lockdown by September anyway, so we won't be going clubbing for next year.
There we go. Like, you just stick to the bars or whatever. Stick to your friends' houses. I think personally, it's been a blessing in disguise in the sense of like community and family coming together. You know what I mean? Because rather than going out in the nightclub,
you realise what's important, don't you?
Exactly.
Of course you do.
You spend more time with your family. You spend more time with your friends, and it's like, this is it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before you're probably like, okay, this weekend I'm gonna go out clubbing. Next weekend I'm gonna go out clubbing. It's just not it. Do you feel me?
Yeah, puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. I think, you are right there. But I think you've got to blame the mainstream media, because every time I turn the television on, there's a graph, there's something about just a COVID, people dying of COVID. And I think people aren't dying of it as much no more. They're saying it's vaccine. And everything with the vaccine, they're trying to make, people are worried about, if you haven't had it.
Yeah.
But if you've had the vaccine and it works, why are you worried if I haven't had it? Because you can't catch it.
That's true.
What I mean?
Allegedly.
Apparently. What they're saying is you can catch it and you can spread it. So what's the point in having it, They're putting something into your body, they don't know the effect it has on you as an individual.
Yeah.
For something to stop it, but you're still catching it and you're still spreading it. So to me, it's insane, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd like to speak to someone then who's in the NHS or something, just to see their perspective on things. Because obviously they've been in the hospitals, they've kind of been frontline, and I want to see what they think of it, because there's some nurses who have, you know, stood down because they say they don't agree with the vaccine and everything else. So it's like, okay, this is a bit weird now because this is our lives that you're playing with, in a sense. Do you know what I mean? So it's a sticky one. So
well, Matt Hancock didn't look too scared, did he? You know.
And so there we go.
That's
madness.
It's one rule for them, and it's one rule for everybody else.
For everyone else, yeah, that's true.
And it's easy for them to say,
stay at home.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
They had actors on the television saying, "Stay at home. Do this." It's okay when they got a personal gym and a cinema room in a massive mansion.
That's true.
In the West Midlands, or just, you know, Surrey, lovely £1 million houses. But then you got a single mother with 3 children in a council flat, and you're telling them to stay at home for 3 months. You know, it's a lot. There's a lot more to it than that. You know.
Yeah, it is, and they don't get it.
They don't get it.
Yeah.
And they would just say to people, "Shut your business down." And you know, people were shutting their business down. People ended up losing businesses, especially at Christmas time, and they couldn't afford. They lost other people's jobs who worked for them, so they felt guilty for that. Then they couldn't supply their children with Christmas presents or just their dinner, and then you had things like suicide on the rise. You like young females, especially. I read, I think. And it's like it was a lot more to it, and it's okay for Boris Johnson, Mark Drakeford and Boris Johnson. They haven't lost a paycheck since the start of this. They've been paid every week.
If anything, they've probably got more money
than this.
Yeah,
and they were just chucking the money around. They've done the track and trace. Matt Hancock gave it to his friend, didn't he? And they even got that wrong. And it was just, I think it's
abomination, absolute abomination.
It's just corruption in this country is probably one of the worst, most corrupt countries. I believe. In the world at the moment.
It's moving mad.
And they don't give you no other side to the story, is it? It's just all mainstream media and what they want you to know and while they're pushing their agenda. There's no other aspect, no other outlets, no other people to listen to. And if they do, then they shut it down. So, you know, it's so biased on one side.
And even on the Instagram as well, they shut it down, don't they?
They shut people down on their accounts all the time. So I advise people always do your own research and do not listen to the mainstream media about anything. That's not just COVID, you know.
Anything in general, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, you've got to choose.
I hear that, man. Boy, well, I think we've had a great conversation, though. To be honest,
Thank you for
It's been lovely having you, man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.